everybody, Greg from Avid here. Welcome to our overview video of the Arturia V Collection 7 and the Arturia FX Collection. These are two really amazing bundles from our friends at Arturia in France. And I wanted to kind of showcase not only how incredibly amazing and awesome these plugins are, but how powerful they are and how easy they are to use in Pro Tools. So here in Pro Tools, we have a couple of things going on. You can see here I've got a couple of folders here. So this red folder here actually has some drums that I've kind of pulled some loops in, done some cutting up and some copying and pasting. And it's just a really kind of a chill, it's a 110 BPM drum groove that I have. So let's give that a quick listen. Okay, yeah, like I said, very simple. So now we really want to get into some musical elements. So to do that, we're going to use some of the instruments from the Arturia V Collection 7. So I've got another routing folder right down here in blue, and those are some of my instruments that I've already kind of pre-selected to kind of make this kind of a little quicker. So we've got a couple of things here, and I'll just kind of quickly showcase those. We have the CZV. So we'll record some bassline stuff with this. I've got kind of an arpeggiator on, so, you know, kind of doing some 16th notes, very simple. So we'll record that. And then moving right along, we have the Synthi V. This is such an amazing plugin. I'm going to use this for kind of a pad. So let's give that a quick listen. Cool. And then we've got the brand new Analog Lab 4. So Analog Lab is really the engine that holds everything together for the keyboard anthology. It really allows you to search all of the instruments in the collection for whatever you might be looking for. So there's one other instrument I wanted to bring in, one of the newer instruments that's a part of the collection, which is the Mellotron V. But what I wanted to do is actually show you how easy it is to pull up an instrument to start using it inside of Pro Tools, specifically from Arturia. So to do that, all I need to do is navigate up to my track window. I'm going to click New, and then I'm going to select one. We'll make this a stereo instrument track. And of course, I'll go ahead and name this Mellotron V. There we go. So it's created the track. And now all I need to do is instantiate the plugin. So to instantiate the plugin, I'll simply just click on the first insert, and then we'll go ahead. We can either search for it, but we actually have the ability to just type the name of the plugin we want, and it should pop up. So let me just go ahead and start typing Mellotron, and there it is, Mellotron V. So I just click on that, and it's now instantiated. So let's just go ahead and record something. I've armed the track. I'm going to click record enable, and then when I'm ready to record, I'll get my count off for a bar. I just hit my play button, and here we go. So let's just go ahead and clean up. I'm going to go ahead and quantize this in real time so that you can see the notes shifted a little bit there. I'm going to use 16th note as my value, and I'm going to go ahead and actually change my velocity for everything. I'll make them all 100. We'll go ahead and add that bass line with the CZV. Let's go ahead and record. We'll be off to the races. Moving right along, let's go ahead and record, enable the Synthi V, and let's record. So as you can see, really powerful stuff, very simple instruments, great to use in Pro Tools, but we're going to take it a step further. So we're going to fast forward again, and we'll see the track a little bit more fleshed out, but we're actually now going to showcase some of the Arturia effects collection. So their effects collection features 15 of some really amazing effects that combine legendary music industry heritage, futuristic features and some amazing sound quality, and of course some great workflows. So we're going to show just a couple of them really quickly and how great they work in Pro Tools. Let me quickly show off the first plugin I'd like to kind of showcase, and that's going to be one of the delays. So I'm going to use the Analog Lab arpeggio that I have. I'm going to go ahead and solo that, and let's just actually go ahead and work in the mix window for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and press play. And there's our delay eternity from Arturia. Now, it's a pretty simple delay, but I'd like to go ahead and actually use one of the other presets. There's a preset here called Eliphoto Filter. And you can hear what that's doing. It's actually really allowing the attack of that piano, that arpeggio to kind of pop through. Let me give it a bit more feedback. And then I'm going to open up the stereo width a little bit to give it a little bit more space in the song. Let's give that a listen. So that's going to work. There's a nice little tail. So that's we've got a delay actually that's been instantiated directly on an instrument track right underneath one of the virtual instruments. But there's so many different ways that you can work with plugins in Pro Tools. So we're going to do some parallel compression. And because I'm actually using folder tracks, all my drum tracks are tucked into that folder track and they're already routed. That's going to make it very easy to route to this plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and instantiate that compressor right here on the first insert of the auxiliary. So I'm going to click on that insert, and then we're going to go ahead and navigate right here to Arturia. And let's go ahead and use the comp, the FET 76. Really nice looking plugin. And just to make things easy, we'll just go ahead and we'll use the drum squasher preset. Let's go ahead and set up that auxiliary track to receive anything we want to send to it. So what we're going to go ahead and do is assign a bus. So we'll go ahead and we'll say, for this one we'll use bus 1 and 2, but let's just go ahead and do the right thing. Let's go ahead and rename that, and let's just go ahead and name it drums. So now when I go over to my parent folder here with all my drums, I simply just need to go to the send, and then again we're going to do this in parallel, so we're going to do some parallel compression, and I'm going to click on the first send here, and I'm going to go out to a bus. And there it is. There's our drums bus. And once I click that, of course, I'll get my fader, which will allow me to send as much signal or pull back if I need to. So let's go ahead and mute the instruments, and let's just hear the drums for a second, and we'll actually pull up the compressor, we'll pull up that FET. And let's go ahead and hear what happens as we send signal to it directly from all the drums using the routing folder in Pro Tools. Let's give it a shot. Really squash it, really open it up. So you can hear how that compressor really gives a nice character to the drums, kind of squashes it and glues everything together. So those are just a couple of quick and easy ways you can actually use some of the Arturia virtual instruments or their effects. A really amazing collection, both the V Collection 7 and the Effects Collection. Again, everything you need right at your fingertips, and all right here in Pro Tools as AAX plugins. If you're interested in getting your hands on these plugins, make sure you visit us at shop.avid.com, and you can find them all there. That's it for now. Keep creating. We'll see you next time.